The morning I awoke in the hospital, the world felt like a shattered mosaic. Each fragment of reality jagged, foreign, misplaced. The steady hum of monitors tethered me to life, a lifeline in the void where my memories should have been. My mind wandered through thick fog, uncertain of what was real, what had happened, and why my body throbbed with pain as though I had been dragged through fire. A nurse hovered nearby, her tone soft but tinged with awe. "You're a marvel, sir," she whispered. "Few survive what you've endured." Survived. Barely. My body was a canvas of bruises, my ribs ached with every breath, and my spine sang with a dull, punishing agony. But I was alive, and that, despite everything, lit a fire inside me. I didn't know what I had survived, but I knew one thing with certainty: I wasn't meant to. The very next morning, a man entered my hospital room with eyes that had seen too much and carried too little patience for small talk. Detective Warwick. Weathered sharp. He skipped formalities. "Mr. Brennan," he said, "we need to talk about what happened. You told paramedics you fell down the stairs. Is that accurate?" My throat felt like sandpaper, but I nodded slowly. I think so. Everything's blurry." He leaned in, voice low and piercing. "Your injuries don't line up with a fall. And your wife, Nora, is gone. She took your daughter Ellie. Her car was found outside a seedy motel on the outskirts of town, but there's no sign of her or the child." Something inside me clenched. Gone? Nora took Ellie? My pulse spiked. Before I could form another question, Warwick slid a manila envelope across the table. "You didn't fall, Mr. Brennan. Someone pushed you. And we have proof." Inside the envelope was a USB drive. Surveillance footage drawn from hidden cameras I'd never installed. Devices tucked behind air vents, perched inside smoke detectors, even disguised as books on shelves. My sanctuary had been infiltrated, transformed into a stage for treachery. As the video played, the world around me dissolved. There was Nora, relaxed across our bed, phone in hand, her laugh cold and detached. "You said he'd be gone by now, Derek? I'm tired of waiting. I want that insurance money, and my freedom. Call me when it's done. I'll be waiting." The timestamp burned into my skull. Minutes after my accident. Then came an audio clip, Ellie's voice, barely more than a whisper. "Where's Papa?" Nora's reply slithered like poison. "Papa's not well, darling. He might not be with us much longer. But don't worry. Derek will take care of us." I couldn't breathe. They hadn't just betrayed me. They had plotted my disappearance, my death, as if I were a mere obstacle to be removed. And they had done it with my daughter in the next room. A week later, I left the hospital. One hand gripping a walker, the other clutching that file. My anchor, my weapon. The painkillers dulled my body, but my mind was a roaring furnace. Nora hadn't just left me. She'd looked into our child's eyes and declared me dead, then walked into the arms of the man who'd tried to finish me. But I was not dead. I was breathing. And I had a plan. My first move was clear: find Ellie. She was my heart, my compass. I called my sister Tessa, former Navy, sharp-eyed and iron-willed. "You're not doing this alone," she told me. No hesitation. "I'm not going back to that house," I said. "I'm going to dismantle everything they've built. Brick by damn brick." While I remained out of sight, Tessa began tracing their trail. It didn't take long. Nora and Derek had rented a seaside bungalow 2 counties over, registered in his name, Sloppy. Ellie was there, caught in the web of their delusion, their fantasy of a clean slate. If Nora thought she could use our daughter as leverage, she had miscalculated. I began constructing my case. Not just for vengeance, no, I wanted justice. I wanted to burn the foundation of their scheme until nothing was left but ash. I combed through Nora's phone records. Dozens of midnight calls to Derek. Digging deeper, I found forged documents, insurance forms altered, money transferred to untraceable accounts. Derek's rap sheet painted the rest. A violent history including a previous charge for attempted assault. The blueprints of a conspiracy. Then I brought in a legal team, quiet but ruthless. Experts in family law and fraud. We built a custody claim airtight enough to crush granite. They began the legal strike even before Nora knew I was walking again. Then I paid a visit. No warnings. No calls. Just me under a hooded coat, evidence tucked under my arm. When she opened the door, the color drained from her face. The wine glass in her hand dropped, shattering on the floor. You're not," she stammered. "Miss me, Nora?" I said coolly. She tried to flee. I blocked her. Derek emerged, all bark and bluster until he saw the phone in my hand, recording. "One chance," I said. "Give me Ellie." Vanish. Or I bury you both. Derek scoffed. You're bluffing. I smiled. Then test me. I'm right here. He stepped forward, fists clenched, but I lifted the phone. Lay a hand on me and this footage goes straight to the DA. Assault. Attempted murder. Parole violation. You want to go back inside, Derek? Let's dance. He froze. Not because of me, but because he recognized the walls closing in. Nora cracked next. She didn't cry from guilt, only fear. Please, she begged. Don't take Ellie. You mean the daughter you lied to? The one you told I was dead? You don't deserve her. She said nothing. She knew. That night I took Ellie home. She clung to me like a lifeline, her tiny arms wrapped around my neck, her tears soaking through my shirt. I didn't tell her the full story. Not yet. Just enough to let her know I was here. And I wasn't going anywhere. By morning I filed for emergency custody. The evidence spoke for itself. Recordings, medical files, police statements, Derek's criminal past. The judge ruled in my favor instantly. Sole custody. Nora was restricted to supervised visits, pending a psychiatric evaluation and parenting courses. But I wasn't finished. I went to the insurance company next. Presented every falsified form, every voice message, every trace of the fraud. They froze the payout, initiated a formal investigation and filed charges. Derek was easier. His parole officer received the footage. Within 48 hours he was in handcuffs, his smirk long gone. Nora's world began to rot from the inside. The house, leased under my name, was taken back when I canceled it. The car, co-owned, was seized. With Derek behind bars, no access to money, and her reputation poisoned by whispers of attempted murder, she was left destitute. She called once, from a blocked number. I let it ring. You destroyed me, her voice cracked in the voicemail. I didn't mean for this. I didn't think you'd live. No, Nora, I whispered to the silence. You did this to yourself. I watched from afar as her world decayed. No more Instagram stories of beachfront wine glasses. No new pictures of Ellie. Just silence. Rumors followed her. She tried to have him killed, abandoned her daughter. And he lived. But I wasn't chasing gossip. I was chasing closure. Methodical, deliberate retribution. The dismantling of a life built on betrayal. One night, I replayed her message again. I didn't mean for this. Still no apology. Just regret that the plan failed. Ellie and I moved. New city. New school. Therapy sessions to heal the scars. We built something solid, sacred. She still asked about her mother sometimes. I never poisoned her mind. She made mistakes, I'd say gently. But you are loved. And I will always protect you. Time passed. Nora's lawyer tried one last time, pleading for visitation rights. My legal team responded with the full arsenal. Medical reports, police records, wire transfers, audio logs, fraud audits. The court dismissed her petition without hesitation. Permanently denied. And just like that it ended. No dramatic finale. No raised voices. Just the quiet, undeniable gravity of justice. Nora tried to erase me. But I endured. And I rebuilt everything she tried to steal. Ellie in my arms. My name cleared. My soul intact. And she? She wandered the wreckage of her own choices, haunted by a man she thought she had buried, only to watch him rise stronger than ever.